According to Nelson Mandela, faith is basically the ability to see the invisible, believe the impossible, and trust the unknown. See the invisible, believe the impossible, and trust the unknown. Now, if you can have this kind of faith, I promise you, you will have the ability to think big and you will be able to move forward. Well, hi guys, welcome to another episode, or rather the second episode of UBC, the University of Business for Creatives. This is a series I created just for education purposes, just to educate you out there who wants to start a business, especially in the line of creativity. I know in this series you will learn a lot of technical stuff too. You will learn how to use the camera, the basics. You will learn how to set up a YouTube studio like this or a tutorial studio like this. You will learn a lot. You will learn how to use uplighting for an event. You will learn how to look for business out there, how to combine all these media activities together to form a great business. But let's start with working on your mindset. Without the proper mindset, you will not be able to manage this, because in this series, I'm not promising you an easy way of making money. I'm not promising you a quick way of becoming self-sufficient. Actually, it is tougher than you think. And if you think you're going to follow this channel and make it so easily, then you're wrong. You're in the wrong path. In this series, you will learn that, first of all, you have to work hard. Secondly, you have to have faith. Third, you have to sacrifice a lot sometimes. But the fruits of it is way better than anything you sacrifice. So, let's begin. Let's work on your mindset. Have you seen people out there going for auditions? Someone knows they can sing. Actually, some people with a beautiful voice, good talent. They go for an audition and they get to be told by another human being that no, this is not for you. You're not good enough. A lot of talents have gone to waste because they went to American Got Talent and they got to be told no, you are not capable. Some of them went to the Shark Tank and they were told no, this business cannot carry it. Another human being managed to convince you that you're less. I'm not saying don't ever go to an audition, but this is where the mindset comes in. When you go to an audition, you have to choose yourself first. The reason you should go for an audition as a musician or an artist or an actor is because you should be already knowing that you have chosen yourself. Whether they accept you or not, you will continue on pursuing your talents. Now, you will know whether you're talented or not. And if you think you're not talented enough in singing, you gotta leave that thing alone. If you think you're not a good actor, leave it alone. Don't even dare go to the auditions. Or if you think you're not a businessman, leave it alone. Don't ever dare go to Shark Tank. But if you know And you will. If you're passionate enough and you've seen small successes around you, if you're a musician, people are saying, dang, you have a voice. And not just your sister who wants to please you around. No. If you notice people are needing you, actually sometimes they want to even pay money for you to do something for them, it means you're becoming of value in that field. And if you work on perfecting it, you will succeed in it. And you do not need to be audited. You do not need for another human being to choose you. But if you go for the auditions, which I suggest, if you're good, you feel you're good enough, go. And if you have the right mindset, go. It's going to be an advantage for you because they will expose you out there whether they reject you or not. But whether they reject you or not, you should come back and work hard at your talent or your business or whatever it is that you're choosing to do. Now, after choosing yourself, now you cannot just move forward blindly and not knowing what to do. And sometimes you will never know what comes next. Now here I will introduce something that you must have when you move forward. And this part of the mindset is what we call faith. According to Nelson Mandela, faith is basically the ability to see the invisible, believe the impossible, and trust the unknown. See the invisible, believe the impossible, and trust the unknown. Now, if you can have this kind of faith, I promise you, you will have the ability to think big and you will be able to move forward. Faith is basically the absence of fear. Fear can destroy your creativity. My friend, you do not know how capable you are until you do what you are afraid of. Every day, try to challenge yourself and do something that you're scared of. I try it every day myself. You are more than what you think you are. Just know that in your mind. When you begin to pursue such a business whereby you have to create your own market, you have to come up with your own capital. By the way, I don't advise my students to go ask for big loans when they begin such a business, because it begins small but in a great way. If you have to take out a loan, it should not be more than $5,000. For me, I know some of you already know my story. I decided to move out of a big house I used to live in, just like this one. And I lived in a van for 6 months and saved up more than $10,000 to buy my equipment. If you're young, vibrant, and free like I was, I think it's a good adventure. Get yourself a van, live in there. There are many ways to survive and save that money. Of course, you have to have a job. My job was a transportation job where I could do my own transportation out there for someone and still listening to my audiobooks and learning and learning and learning. And I was lonely because I didn't want anybody to see that I was homeless. So I used to spend a lot of time by myself in Barnes and Nobles, in everywhere where I knew there was a good environment for me to learn. So you can take that route if you are young, vibrant, and free-minded like I am. Actually, it turned out to be very good because I learned a lot through the process. Another thing I would love to mention, You do not walk in such a business without knowledge, in which a lot of it you will learn from here. Here, when it comes to photography, watch a lot of my episodes outside this series. I have episodes teaching you about shutter speed, aperture, and all that good stuff about photography. I have lessons of how to shoot a wedding and all those things, and so many other tutorials out there, not in this channel either. But I suggest, if you're trying to become a media guru, make sure you know your way through a camera, you know your way through the sound system, how to record audio. See, for example, I have two pieces of audio here. These are wires hiding right here, and I have a H1 hiding in here. That's my backup audio, and I have my wireless that's connected to the camera. That's my second audio. So you have to master your audio, and you have to master your camera. You have to master lighting like the ones I'm using here. You have to learn some photography. You have to learn a little bit of marketing. If you're not so good at these things, here is my suggestion. Disappear. Keep doing your part-time job or whatever job you have right now, but disappear for 6 good months. And outside your job or outside your work where you're making the money to make you survive, please do not waste a single minute. Once you're done with your job, get yourself to learning. Get in that YouTube tutorial. Get in that Skillshare program. You know, there's so many courses out there which are cheap. A lot of them are free. Right now, at this early stage, it's time for you to master all these elements. Now let me mention them. The first one is master photography and filming. The second one, make sure you master how to record audio with digital recorders and learn how to do simple sound setups. A speaker, a little mixer, wireless microphones, connect them, learn how to connect them, what an XLR is, learn what a signal cable is, which is the XLR, and a power cable, know where they go on the speaker system, know how the XLR cables go on the mixing console. That simple setup. Know how to use a DJ equipment, because this media company is widespread. It's a company that's capable of making billions if you think big. That's why it's a whole different way of media. Now, another thing you have to learn, it's how to set up a YouTube studio or a podcast like this one. I know this one is a little bit extravagant. It doesn't have to be this complex. I started off with a T5i camera and grew from there without lights, and you see some of my YouTube videos, it's just a camera facing me. So you don't have to start on this level, but learn how to set up your YouTube channel, learn how to load some videos on your YouTube and all that. Eventually, we will teach you the details on how to tag your YouTube videos, learn a little bit about marketing. So that's also part of it. And if you learn these small elements of skills, you will master a new way of doing media. What we've said today is choose yourself. Don't let someone tell you, hey, you're capable of doing video or you're not. You're capable of dancing or you're not. Don't be dependent on anyone's good or bad opinion of yourself. What matters the most is your own opinion about yourself. Well, thank you for watching this University of Business for Creative episode. Until next time, thank you so much.